If you look up to the sky while you're playing Titanfall 2, you'll be greeted by some amazing lighting effects. J.J. Abrams would be proud. You might also see some birds and maybe a plane dropping off a fresh wave of grunts. But to my surprise, and I assume the surprise of many others, you'll also see a Titan. Her name is Northstar. Titanfall 2 currently features 6 Titan chassis, each with a set of unique abilities and kits that can slightly augment the way that Titan plays. Today, we're going to talk about some of the strengths and weaknesses of Northstar. First, let's go over her weapon, abilities, and kit options. Northstar uses a powerful but slow-firing plasma railgun. It's essentially a Titan-sized sniper rifle. It can be fired quickly in succession or charged for maximum per bullet damage. Her ordnance is cluster missile. It deals a relatively low amount of damage on impact, but enemies foolish enough to stand near its point of impact will be greeted by a powerful sustained explosion. Next is her defensive ability, Tether Trap. It's a small deployable mine that will tether any Titan that walks on top of it for a short duration. Her third ability is VTOL Hover. She jumps into the air and hovers for a set duration, granting her a unique view of the battlefield. Finally, her most iconic ability, Flight Core. Once again, Northstar jumps into the air and prepares to shower a volley of rockets from above onto her opponents. One might say she's raining some sort of justice. I don't know, for some reason Flight Core reminds me of something else. I don't know exactly where I'm getting this from. If you can think of it, let me know. Anyway, let's move on to her kit options. First, we have Piercing Shot. Her plasma railgun rounds can now travel through her targets. Next up is Enhanced Payload. The secondary explosion from cluster missiles hits a larger radius and lasts longer. Third is Twin Traps. This adds a second trap to Tether Trap, which further restricts the movements of Titans that it captures. Last, we have Viper Thrusters. This greatly increases your movement speed during Flight Core. Now that we've talked about Northstar's loadout, let's see how she functions on the battlefield.
Stand by for Titanfall. I love saying that.
And I love when Barker says it. So, it's important to note that Northstar is a light Titan chassis, which means she isn't very durable. But even though she can't take much of a pounding, she can dish out damage strategically and take down even the toughest opponents. Right now, I'm going toe-to-toe with a heavy Titan, Legion. His constant damage output far outclasses Northstar's, but his lack of mobility puts him at a huge disadvantage if I'm positioned correctly. I've been funneling him into this really tight corridor and using the corners to my advantage, so he can't get enough shots on me to deal any significant damage, but meanwhile every shot that I take with the plasma railgun is decimating his health bar. Now, this is not a very good use of the Flight Core, but in the end, things are going to work out for the better. See? We finished him off. Now let's take a look at just how important positioning can be for a Northstar pilot. Once again, we're starting off by attacking an enemy on their flanks, but unlike Legion, the Titan we're engaged with, Tone, is slightly more mobile and has a powerful weapon that can compete with the plasma railgun at range. This engagement might be a bit more difficult, but if we play our cards right, we'll walk away feeling good. On the other hand, this is going to be a lot more difficult. There are 3 Titans chasing us down, and that's a problem. The only way we'll come close to winning this encounter is if we run and play to the strengths of our loadout. So let's talk about it. We're currently engaged with 1 Tone and there are 2 more further down the hill. We're going to activate our Flight Core and rain some justice from above. 1 Tone is eliminated, 2 more to go. Let's see if we can deal with them. We're going to launch out a cluster missile and continue to backpedal because we can't go toe-to-toe with these guys. And it looks like we've actually got an ally rushing to bring us a battery, and that is going to prove to be vitally important to our success. So now the remaining 2 Tone are hot on our heels, but we're going to continue to back up using the electric smoke as a cover technique to sort of mask our retreat. And then we're just going to continue to destroy the enemies with our cluster missiles and our plasma railguns. We're dishing out more damage than we're taking, activating the Flight Core for a second time. 2nd Tone is down, third tone is also down, but unfortunately we've taken too much damage, so we're gonna have to eject. But we are actually running with the cloak pilot tactical, so it looks like we might actually get another kill out of it. No, missed it. Tried to kick him in the face, didn't work. Go for the right hook and we finished him off. So that's 3 Titans and a pilot with 1 Northstar and a little bit of help from one of our teammates. Alright, now that we've seen some of the things that make Northstar great, her high per bullet damage and her ability to exploit good positioning, it's time to realize that those same things are her greatest weaknesses. Northstar is heavily punished by aggression and enemies that can outmaneuver her, forcing her into bad positions. Getting outplayed while you're piloting Northstar, it's like getting your arms pulled out from under you. Your girlfriend might be able to relate. That's a sex joke about doggy style. Anyway, there's not much you can do when you get caught out while you're piloting Northstar. She doesn't have any true damage mitigation, so proper planning is key to success. If you don't have a plan when you're playing Northstar, you're gonna die. It's as simple as that. This is not a Titan to play if you want to go guns a-blazing. This is the Titan you pick when you want to be tactical and strategic about every single move you make. The last thing we're going to talk about is the Viper Thrusters Titan kit. This increases your movement speed when you activate the Flight Core ability. Normally when you activate this core, you're a slow moving but very dangerous target. With Viper Thrusters installed, you're a fast moving, dangerous target, and you can clear a tremendous amount of distance and deal an amazing amount of damage at the same time. So we're going to take a look at one more clip. As soon as our flight core is ready, we're going to activate it and just take a look at how far and how fast we can go and just the sheer amount of devastation that we can cause with this ability. Wow. I'm impressed. If you're not impressed, there's something wrong with you. Simple as that. I mean, because that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I mean, I know Tone is like the coolest Titan in the world, but come on. You got to give credit where credit is due. Am I right? Anyway, this has been a Titan overview for Northstar. So, the name of the game is Titanfall 2. The name of the channel is iBluairJgR Gaming for Comedy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.